Hi, it's Carrie here at Barefoot Consultants, and I want to welcome you to my home here in Huatulco, Mexico, because we are currently unable to go outside. So public spaces are all closed, and sometimes I try and make these videos from different places around my beautiful city, but today you're here in my home because I can't go out and do those videos right now. But nevertheless, the show must go on, so I wanted to talk to you this week about a question that came into support. There was a woman who was working on her application materials, and she was wondering which jobs she should highlight in her CV. And so that's a very good question, because I know that many of us, myself included, have had a lot of jobs over the years, and some of those jobs are relevant and applicable to being an English teacher, and some of those jobs aren't. So there are a couple of documents in the Speak English and Get Paid program that I think can help you with this process when it comes to tailoring your professional CV or resume to the job that you want to get. And the first one is this document here. It's called the My ESL Skills List. And what this does, I'll just kind of give you a synopsis, is that it breaks down your skill set, things, talents that you have, skills that you have, that you've employed throughout your career, into what I would call sort of teacher-like skills. So there's teaching and training skills on here. List anywhere in any one of your careers where you may have done any training or teaching or mentoring. Those are all relevant, and maybe just note down the job title that you had as well. The next one is leadership skills. So where have you displayed leadership skills in your career? Being a teacher is all about being a leader, so those are very relevant when it comes to applying for jobs. The next one is people management skills. And I know that many of us haven't really worked in an academic structure where we're managing a classroom per se, but many of us have been managers, we've had a staff, we have helped to manage people and their time. So those are relevant skills. Again, I would encourage you to print out this document and write these things down and note down which jobs you did that in. And then organizational skills. It's really important to be organized. As a teacher, you're going to be doing lesson planning, you're going to be performing lessons, you're going to be gathering things that you need to make a lesson happen. Maybe it's props, maybe it's textbooks or worksheets. And so any time that you can display any kind of organizational skills to your future employer, that is going to make them very happy. So be sure and put those down. The next one is time management and planning skills. And that kind of goes hand in hand with organizational, but I do see these two as being different. So you will be doing lesson planning. As a teacher, doesn't really matter how you do it. The only way that I would see that you might not be doing lesson planning is if you were just teaching what I consider coffee shop English or conversational English, where you're simply meeting with somebody and the expectation is you're just going to have a conversation in English and they're just going to practice. You're not going to be teaching them any grammar points. You're not going to be providing any sort of in-depth understanding of the English language. Anytime that you're doing any other kind of teaching, you will be doing lesson planning. So any time on your CV or in the application process or interview process when you can reference that you were responsible for time management structures, you kept things moving, you kept people on task and on time, project management, those kinds of things are very relevant in the world of teaching English. And then I just have kind of a catch-all, which is other skills. Hopefully by now we've primed the pump enough to get you to be thinking about which skills you have that you've employed throughout your career that you're going to employ as a teacher, and start thinking about those, and then take the jobs where you did most of those skills and determine those are going to be the ones that you highlight on your CV. And so that brings us to the second document, which is a copy of my CV that I used when I started applying for jobs teaching English. So You can see exactly the layout that I used. I really love the CV, the curriculum vitae structure, over a professional resume because I think it gives you a lot more real estate to, in a sense, sell yourself. I mean, that's what you're doing. You are presenting yourself in a convincing way that will prompt someone to want to hire you. So you can see that structure, you can use it, you can emulate it if you want. You can take words, phrases that I've said from my CV and use them in your own, as long as they're true for you. Of course, at the end of the day, you are selling you. You are the one who's going for the position, so you want to make sure that whatever application materials you put together are a reflection of you. Even though you might be pulling from my example or using this structure, it definitely should embody you as a teacher and all of the great skills that are going to make you a teacher and a really great team member for the person who's hiring you. So I hope this has been helpful, and I can't wait to see you in next month's video.